Welcome to the Smokers Lounge, people. You know who I am. I'm Calvin R. Southern Chap, a.k.a. your porn rap star. You can find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/porn rap star. Let me tell you about these wonderful sponsors that's helping you bring this wonderful podcast and help us become 2 times nominated by the AVNs. Talking about RockSismMagazine.com. Next up, BlushErotica.com. The Kinky Counter Company. The Queen of Law, known as Mitchell Ferrari. And last but not least, and our newest sponsor, Past That Apparel. You can find them on TeePublic at Past That Inhalation Partners on TeePublic. You can find me 5 days out of the week in the mornings at FullSWATRadio.com, as well as SGPRadio.com, as well as SkyHighApple.tv.com. So, people, I hope how you doing? It's Thursday. It's my birthday as I'm recording this. So, happy birthday to myself. I went around the sun 50 years. Didn't do much. I actually recorded all goddamn day, to be honest with you. Pro Wrestling Smoke is back, people. So I will be dropping episodes of Pro Wrestling Smoke, which is my podcast discussing pro wrestling. I'm going to talk about WrestleMania, night 1, night 2, and that night 2 main event. And I'm going to tell you what's funny. I forgot to even mention Randy Orton and Stone Cold Steve Austin. To be honest with you, WrestleMania wasn't that great. But if you want to hear my thoughts on that, go over to Pro Wrestling Smoke. I'm going to be dropping that. I don't know which day yet. I plan to do a weekly episode if it ain't up for 30 minutes. Just recapping some wrestling topics and thoughts and so forth. So I was going to be on there for 30 minutes and it'll be an hour. See, that's what happens when my ass get on these shows. I'd be like, no, I'm just going to do a quick 20 minutes. And, well, there you go. So, oh, man. We also had Easter and 420. You know, I got my 420 on. I hope y'all got y'all's on. Like I said, today's my birthday. I enjoyed it. I want to say thank you to everyone that sent me happy birthday, which is on all my social medias and my text messages. You know, I'm 50. I'm getting old. Wow. That's a lot. So, and man, it just, like I said, I've been recording all day. Mostly solo stuff. I purposely didn't book anybody to record today because I'm supposed to be just chilling and relaxing, but I'm such a workaholic, man. I'm going to take this hat off, man. Who cares? I'm such a workaholic, bro. I can't help it. You know, I was like, do I even want to record something for Thursday? Do I even care? And I was like, no, let me go ahead because things is popping up. Conversations must be had and so forth. Also, don't forget to check out my subscription side that's on Spotify. If you watch on Spotify, I just dropped a episode, Had to Smoke on it, episode 9, where I discuss in depth Tracy Ross. And while she ain't that far off about what she's saying, and y'all don't really realize the lack of a dating pool once you get older. So, and I got plenty of stuff coming to the Premium Smoke Room. Like I said, I'm also getting ready, gearing up. July is going to be an interesting month for me. I'm supposed to be doing a cookout, family reunion type situation during July 4th. And then towards the end of the month, going to Orlando for this, content house, So I'm looking forward to filming some stuff for the podcast. I'm going to try to do an expose, just like what I did with The Smoke is Over Dark, where I did a history of interracial porn. Y'all go over there to the Premium Smoke Room. Followers can see it also, as well as subscribers. Because, if you're following certain things, you can see subscribers you the only ones that can see it. Followers can see what followers can see, subscribers, but they can't see what the subscribers, the premium smokers, see. So, and I also had a wonderful episode that just dropped with Taylor and Nicole. So, my headspace is pretty good. Feels good going into 50. This past week was very emotionally taxing, to say the least. But it's crazy because I didn't work Friday. I don't feel like going into why I didn't work Friday, but I needed to rest. My mind needed to rest. My body needed to rest because I really want to, by the end of this year, quit my 9 to 5. I hate working 9 to 5s. I hate having to be on somebody's clock. I had to deal with managers' attitudes and nurses and so forth. It seems like I'm way more peaceful and way more at peace doing stuff for myself than working for others. So, and that's all I'm going to say about that and everything. Part of the reason why I decided to record is a lot done kind of happened. And we're going to begin with the Pope. And recently, hold on, let me get this straight. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me pull this up. Normally it has this shit. Okay, then I'm going to just look this up normally. Pope's death. So, let's sit back and watch something real quick. Wait for this to get through. But yes, Pope Francis died today, actually. I woke up this morning and I looked, I thought it was a joke. A lot of times, I be thinking news shit is a joke by the way it drops and the way it comes out. And first of all, God bless the dead, for the Pope, who was probably the most liberal Pope there was to a certain extent, for what I can remember. But we about to take a look at this, and we're going to learn a little bit about the Pope. Let's go.
From around the world are pouring in for the people's Pope. Pope Francis, the first non-European pontiff in nearly 1,300 years, has died. Thanks for joining us at 4. I'm Rena Sargentopoulos. In the last 2 hours, the Vatican says the 88-year-old Latin American pontiff passed away after suffering a stroke and cardiac arrest. Pope Francis's death follows an extended hospital stay just weeks ago. CNN's Lee Walden has more.
Dear brothers and sisters, with deep sorrow, I must announce the death of our Holy Father, Francis.
Hours after giving the Easter blessing in front of thousands of Catholics in St. Peter's Square,
Buona Pasqua.
Pope Francis died at his residence at 88 years old. In his final message, the Holy Father called for an end to wars in Gaza, Ukraine, and Sudan. His death now sparks 9 days of mourning for Catholics and an outpouring of love from across the globe.
I remember when he called me when my mom died. I remember when he called me during COVID to find out how God's people here in New York were doing.
Pope Francis's papacy was unprecedented in many ways by being more inclusive, supporting same-sex civil unions, and his tireless advocacy for migrants. He's remembered by many as the People's Pope.
The Pope of the poor, the Pope of the marginalized, underprivileged. He's also what I'm going to call a reformer Pope, because he made a lot of changes to the way the Vatican is run, the way the church.
See, the thing about this man, right? is that he was one of the popes that was very, very liberal. He was for same-sex marriage. He was probably a leftist pope, technically. And that's why he was well loved throughout the world. So, and he died. Now, understand he was like 80 something. He was thumping on 90. He was thumping on 90. I'm about to microwave my shit. Yeah, I can get you shit if y'all listening. But he was thumping on 90. So he's getting old. It's kind of like, so when you're the Pope for life, people. You're the Pope for life. You feel me? And a lot of times these guys, when they get their popehood, they're old. They're not young. You feel me? Kind of like the presidency. Because, I mean, I think the youngest president we ever had really was Kennedy. You know, you'll never see a president 30. You'll never see a pope in his 40s. You know, the TV show, The Young Pope, they had Jude Law. He was fucking 50. About to turn, 50, heading to mid-50s. So these guys are old, man. Period. So now let's take a listen to how they would pick a pope. And then we go.
Continuing with our faith lead, Pope Francis's sudden death today came as something of a surprise, but his long illness and hospitalization, of course, this year led Vatican watchers to start speculating about who might be chosen as the next pope. Conclave, a movie about intrigue during a papal election, made a big splash not long ago during.
Funny that they mentioned that. I want to mention that it's on Peacock. Go check out the Conclave. It was fucking good as shit. And it was funny because there was a black man that was going for being a pope. And put it this way, if the movie is anywhere close to real life, we thought choosing the president was messy. Not like choosing the pope. Oh, these motherfuckers go there. You thought Twitter will bring up your past. These motherfuckers will bring up past. Like the black dude, the black pope, not to give away too much of the movie, they brought back a girl who he slept with when she was a teenager and got pregnant and she got an abortion. And I forgot, one of the popes that was trying to be pope, he brought the girl there to fuck up the black dude. And come to find out it was a pope that died that did the shit. Anyway, I digress. Y'all need to go check out the Conclave because if it's anything to real life, this shit here about to be extra messy. I wish I could be behind the scenes. Let's go.
Oscar season. So we asked CNN's Nick Watt to look ahead and try to sort out fact from fiction.
A new pope to lead the world's 1.4 billion Catholics will be chosen by just around 130 cardinals in a mysterious, many centuries old rite, the conclave, conclave, with T.
They're locked into the Vatican, and all their phones are taken away. They're not allowed to communicate with the outside world until they elect a pope.
Every cardinal under the age of 80 is summoned to Rome for this and must swear an oath of secrecy, punishable by excommunication.
It's a secret ballot. The cardinals don't even know who voted for whom.
Father Reese says the movie Conclave got it almost right.
You have to commit to a side.
Except a secretly elected cardinal would never be allowed in, and the cardinals' robes were slightly the wrong color.
I think Hollywood got it better than the Catholic Church. I like the deeper red.
By day, the cardinals will sit in silence and prayer in the Sistine Chapel under Michelangelo's magnificent ceiling. 2 votes in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, until one candidate wins 2/3 of the ballots. By night, they stay in a boarding house nearby where the horse trading happens late into the evening.
Different cardinals will go around pushing for the candidate that they would like to see become pope. Your friends have to do that for you. You cannot do that yourself. That would indicate a level of pride that would be.
So think about this. So my homies got to go around and convince the other pope, the other cardinals, to vote for your ass. See, the conclave, and he said the conclave was almost right except for the robes. So yeah, it's messy. Let's continue, Shelby. Let's continue. I love this.
Be unacceptable in a pope.
The Pope just has to be male and Catholic, but since 1389, the cardinals have always elected one of their own. After every inconclusive round of votes, the smoke from the chapel chimney is black. Ballots are burned with some chemicals thrown in to create the color. When a new pope is chosen, the smoke is white. At the last conclave, there was a problem.
The Monsignor in charge of the stove didn't follow the directions, and the smoke came out gray, and everybody in St. Peter's Square was scratching their heads.
Searching for an unforgettable grad gift?
No.
T-Public has you covered with custom.
Wait a second. That's
Oh, they rang the biggest bell in the square as well.
And as soon as you see it swinging, you know it's over.
The new pope chooses a name and is ushered to the room of tears.
And in that room, they will have 3 sets of papal garments, the white cassock that the Pope wears. One small, one medium, and one large.
For the new pope to wear when he walks out on...
If you know, there's no extra large, so there's no fat popes. There's no chubby popes.
To that famous balcony in St. Peter's Square.
Okay, that's enough. Now, what's interesting about this go around is that we actually got 2 black men that actually have the possibility of becoming pope. So let's take a look at the 2 black men, shall we? The first one is Pope Turkison. He's 76 years old and from Ghana. Turkison would be the first black pope in centuries. He has been vocal on issues such as climate crisis, poverty, and economic justice while affirming the church tradition's position on the priesthood, marriage between a man and a woman, and homosexuality. However, his views on latter have loosened. He has also that laws in many African countries are too harsh. He has spoken out against the corruption of human rights. So this is one of the black guy. He's from Ghana. So he believes marriage between a man and a woman, but he feels that the African nations that kill homosexuals that's a little too harsh. You shouldn't be killing homosexuals. I'm just saying. Okay. Next up, let's see if we scroll down if I can find the other black guy, because here we go. I don't even know how to pronounce the damn country. Guinea. Oh, Robert Sierra, 79 from Guinea. See, Sarah is a traditional Orthodox cardinal who at one time sought to present himself as a parallel authority to Francis, according to the Vatican Observer. In 2020, he co-authored a book with the then retired Pope Benedict defending clerical celibacy that would seen as a challenge to Francis's authority. He has denounced gender ideology as a threat to society and has spoken out against Islamic fundamentalism. Others, he don't he fuck Muslims. That's basically what he's saying. Like Turkson, he could make history as the first black pope in a century. This article was amended in 2020. Earlier, the version stated that Tate became the first black pope in centuries. However, this should have said Peter Turkson. Okay. So them the 2 black guys that they even got a guy from the Philippines. So, but they say though it was him and one other guy from Italy those four are right now the favorites. So we could actually finally have a black man in the highest seat in Christianity. Boy, the white supremacists gonna have fun with that one. How many white supremacists are Catholics? So you gonna pray to a God that his second in command is a Negro? I know. I'm right now knowing, and no, I'm gonna love when Trump has to go visit a black pope. The irony of that one. Trump has to go to the Vatican. You know the president does go visit the Vatican. And, of course, he got to do his tour, so he got to come to the United States. And he got to go to the White House. And can you imagine Trump talking to a black pope? This is when we need the Boondocks. I'm just saying. We need the Boondocks to do an episode with a black pope. I am so ready for this shit. I am sorry. I am so fucking ready for this, people. I am sorry. But no, I hope that does happen. You know, because I would love to see a black man become pope. You know what I'm saying? And I love that shit, to be honest with you. So now, well, let's go on to another topic, shall we? We'll get to Shannon Sharpe in a minute. And I am going to do a deep dive into this when the time comes. But it's been a lot of Mount Rushmores, right? So let's take a look at this Mount Rushmore, which is for porn. Let's talk about it.
Don't scroll. Don't scroll. Everybody do it. Everybody does it. You ain't got to shy away, but this is a safe place. I ain't mad at it. You feel me? Jasmine Cashmere, Caprice style. I ain't mad at you. You could then throw a Tiana Trump on there for the new school. You feel me? Like it depends. You feel me? Like I really ain't mad at this. This is elites of the elites. I'm gonna throw Misty Stone up there too. That's another throwback that I feel like probably could take a spot up here. I'm saying though. But I ain't mad at this though, man. You feel me?
Now, if I'm correct, Cherokee the Ass, I know Pinky, Jada Fire. I'm trying to think, is this Roxy? Roxy Reynolds? But apparently this is the Mount Rushmore of black female talent. And I'm not mad at it. Now, the question is, how old was the person that put this together? Because I'm not mad at it if your era was the 90s, but my Mount Rushmore gonna look a little different. For one, Jenna Peppers has to be up there. The reason why, because she was the lady that really set it off. You feel me? She really set it the fuck off. You feel me? Then I would go Heather Hunter. Then give me Pinky. Then give me Cherokee. Then my four. So, well, now actually I take it back. I would move Cherokee for Jada Fire. I take it back. Jenna Peppers, Pinky, Jada Fire, And what the other person I said? Damn it. I lost my train of thought. Hold on. Gina Peppers, Heather Hunter. That's what it was. Heather Hunter, Pinky, and then Jada Fire. You feel me? That would be my Mount Rushmore. The reason why, because like I said, Gina Peppers, a lot of these young kids don't know about her. My generation know about Gina Peppers. She been in a shitload of movies, well fucking known. Hold on, let's talk about it, shall we? Oh, it's Jeannie Peppers. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, Jeannie Pepper. Hold on, I'm gonna get this right. I'm gonna type this in real quick. Hold on. I'm about to put up an image for y'all to look at. I can't show you that one. I can't show you that one. Let me see. Yeah, I can show you that one. Trying to find one I can show y'all that is not so fucking dirty. There we go. Oops. Wrong one. Oh. Trying to find a good one. I'm about to put up a weekend in a minute. Hold on. Fuck it. Say this, and I'm going to pull this up for you lovely people. Gina Peppers, people. This lady here was one of the first black superstars in porn. Now, I understand you kiddies may not know this girl, but trust me, you can't have a Mount Rushmore black porn without her. Trust and believe. She done so many fucking movies. Let's see here. I need her wiki page. She began the business in 1982 at 24. You feel me? She stayed in the business in 2011. She was inducted to the Avian Hall of Fame in 1997, the first African American to be recognized with that honor. She won the XCO Award, Erotic Video Award in 87, and she's also a Hall of Famer for the Urban X. See, Miss Gina Peppers was the shit snake. Okay, people? Let's make that clear. She was the shit. She was the shit. She deserves to be on that list. And then, of course, Heather Hunter. Let's go there.
To realize the future America needs, we understand what's needed from us to face each threat head on. We've earned our place in the fight for our nation's future. We are Marines. We were made for this.
I'm trying to find a good one. This is one I wish I had to. Everybody have a hunter. Have a hunter, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go here, right here. Okay. Image. Have a hunter. You can't have Mount Rushmore without having that face up there. What lady can you say and say took 8 videos? She only did 8 films in her fucking career, and is considered basically a legend. She was one of the black girls that paved the way for many of you girls right now. She paved the way for the Missy Stone. She paved the way for the Skin Diamonds. She paved the way for every last one of you motherfuckers. So, once again, she deserves to be up there, as well as Pinky, as well as Jada Fire. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, my Mount Rushmore for the porn industry when it comes to black talent. Now, will I do a male one? Well, I might do one the next episode. Because I don't feel like going through that, because there's a lot of thought for me to do that Mount Rushmore. You feel me? But, no, fuck it. I'll go ahead and do it. To me, this is the male talent Mount Rushmore. We begin first with the wonderful Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, come on. Who else you gonna say? Second, got to give it up to Mr. Marcus. Say Mr. Marcus and Shawn Michaels. I got 2 more I got to give you. Number 3, fucking Prince Joshua. And number 4, Wesley motherfucking Pipes. That is my Mount Rushmore for the male talent side. Now I know y'all gonna say Lexington Steele. Wesley Pipes was way more popular, way more known than Lexington Steele. These guys here had a bigger impact than Lexington Steele. Now, could I easily replace? Now, if I did replace anybody, it would probably be Wesley Pipes over Lexington Steele. But I'm sorry, Wesley Pipes was the prototype for some of these male talents today. From the Rome Majors, this, that, and third. That the guy that we looked at. We didn't look at your boy. Shawn Michaels, come on, man. There wasn't a stronger name in porn than him in the fucking 90s, late 80s. Prince Joshua. I don't even say no more. So that's my Mount Rushmore for the male talent. So there you go. All right. Now, I guess it's time to discuss the breaking news of the day. Wow. I don't know what to say about this one because it caught me off guard completely. So hold on, let me pull up this page and we're going to look at it and read it together, shall we? Shannon Sharpe. Well, actually, it's crazy how the show Undisputed. Hold on, I got to smoke my blunt because this is the main event here. Give me a second. I find it amazing. Fucking crazy even. That Undisputed has fell apart. We watch Undisputed Breakup. We watch it take off the air. We saw the situation with Skip Bayless, the sexual harassment. Now, it went from Skip to Shannon. Shannon Sharpe accused of the R word in a $50 million lawsuit after a rocky casual relationship. Now, I kind of wanted to hold off on this because I did notice shots out to Storm Monroe, who showed some would-be texts that Shannon released of the girl sending him texts. Basically, didn't sound like she was being abused to me. But I don't know how real that is or what have you, but I just know what everyone has been putting out in the news so far. So, let's do this real quick. Hall of Fame tight end Shannon Sharpe has accused of R by a woman under the name of John Doe in a 13-page, $50 million civil lawsuit filed Sunday, obtained by the Post. This was filed in Nevada. The plaintiff said that Sharpe brutally sexually aided her several times at the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025, which is actually recent. The complainant accused Sharpe of threatening to kill her multiple times, being manipulated and controlling, and reportedly threatening, brutally choked, and violently slapping her. She even went on to, for I understand, said that he wanted to film her. Yeah. She has shared her location with her friends on her iPhone just in case. He saw this, took the phone, and said he was going to kill her. She said that he done filmed him with her, filmed her unknowingly. We said, here it is. Sexual acts together without her knowledge, filming them, and then shared those videos with his friends and associates without knowledge or her permission. The plaintiff is not the woman Sharpe accidentally shared an audio of Instagram live stream on. Okay. Now, wow. So it's crazy that just a couple months ago, Skip gets caught for sexual harassment, called out for sexual harassment, named in a lawsuit sexual harassment. And his former co-host is being caught up in sexual assault. Now, is this it for Shannon? Good possibility. Now, the crazy part is that the lawyer is Tony Busby, who's right now in the midst of in a lawsuit that's being thrown on him by Jay-Z for a false, accusation of the only false accusation so far of Puff Daddy and Jay-Z. So should I take this lawsuit with a grain of salt? Possibly. Because let's be honest, Busby doesn't have the greatest of track records, to say the least. I don't think so. So I don't know. But even a broken clock is right twice a day. So Shannon Sharpe got problems because I don't see him coming back on First Take for a minute. He probably going to lose some sponsorships. He's about to lose some money. The money that he made, he about to lose because he either going to have to settle or he going to have to fight. Now, I know a lot of men going to say, why did she not go to the courts? Why did she not take criminal charges? That ain't how they do it in this day and age. See, the problem is that it's burden of proof. In order for me to get you guilty, I have to prove that you was guilty, you was abusive, and all this shit. That means I have to have pure, surefire evidence of that because I got to convince a jury of such of a fact. When it comes to a lawsuit, I don't have to go through that. I don't need 12 jurors. I just need to prove that he did this and I want to be compensated for my trauma. That's the new way of getting motherfuckers back. It's not putting them in jail, it's hitting their pockets. And it's interesting that, yes, this came out at the time when it was announced about his multi-million-dollar deal. So, like I said again, he is proven innocent until found guilty. I hope this is wrong. And if this bitch is lying, I hope he kind of shoot the fuck out that hoe. But the way these celebrities been acting lately, I don't know. Because when we think one thing, we have been wrong lately. Everyone thought that Cassie was crazy. Everyone thought that people was crazy about Puff Daddy. Look what we got. It's just, like I said, my mind is blown. Because I was like, damn. He just got hot. He really got hot. He's starting to get his shit. But see, that's why, fellas, you have to be careful of who you deal with, how you deal with them. And even more so, no means no. You might have fucked that chick. Sometimes it's going to be a one-time deal. Sometimes it's multiple times. But then on the other end, that chick is crazy than a motherfucker. And then when you cut her off, she decide, I'm going to make you pay for it. We done seen this. We done seen this recently when Shorty sat here and made a false phone call to 911 to the cops that ended up getting a young rapper killed. And won't nothing happening. And then you got Cassie. But even more so, the learning experience that I would think when it comes to this is people everybody has a dark side. Everybody has a dark side. A lot of these celebrities do. I don't give a fuck if it's Corey Holcomb to Will Smith. They all have a dark side. A side they don't want you to see. The question is how dark and how pitch black this shit is. That's the question. Because when you have money, you have fame, you have access, you also have somewhat of an invincibility. And sometimes these celebrities take advantage of it. And that is facts. See, that's the gift and curse of this era, is that things that we wasn't able to see or be privy to in earlier years, we are now. We might not even heard about this back in the day. But now, social media and everything else. And what is so fucking crazy about the shit, like I said again, is that it's like a black man who we know and fucking love and respect in the midst of some bullshit. And okay, I'm about to keep it real. And I'm about to keep it 100. Now, I can't sit here and say I ain't never been privy to controversy, accusations, and so forth in my days when I did porn, right? Well, excuse me, beef. Never had any accusations of anything that was bad or anything of that nature. You feel me? But it's kind of like I never owned a gun and I never had a reason to use one. Never had reason to need one. Never been in life to be shot at or anything like that. You feel me? So how come that out of all the celebrities, out of all the guys that's in this space, you the one that lands a sexual assault lawsuit? No one ever asks these questions, do they? I mean, Denzel Washington, we never heard of a sexual assault or, we never heard this motherfucker go to jail. Samuel L. Jackson. You know, as much shit as y'all talk about Stephen A. Smith, the most we ever heard is that he was fucking somebody. You feel what I'm saying? Acho, the only thing y'all can say about Acho was he was fucking Joy Taylor. But out of all the motherfuckers, Shannon Sharpe is the one that gets stuck with the essay. Before that, they was questioning his manhood, questioning his sexuality about the way he dressed and shit. But it makes you wonder, what is it about you that attracts all this shit? Not saying that there ain't people out here that's looking for a come up, that's gonna lie to try to make you give them money because you afraid that you don't want this lawsuit to get out there. You ain't got the money to, well, I mean, you got the money to pay them, but you ain't got the money to fight them because it takes more money to fight than to pay. And you worry about your reputation and you want to keep it out. Or they figure that they might have lucked up. I get that. But what is it about you that made them come at you for that? What is it? Because like I said again, what is it that made them decide to come at you with this? I don't see any other celebrities going through this. I don't see other people going through it. It's certain things. No, let me explain to you why. Because certain people attract certain shit. You can call it karma. You can call it whatever the fuck it is. They attract certain shit. Because of what you put out in the world. See, if you go chastise, point the finger, put opinions, and all that shit, you better make sure your house is in fucking order, my friend. Because if it's not, then your words look like a waste of conversation. Now, I got to go because I got to watch Raw because I got to get myself up on the next episode of Pro Wrestling Smoke. Once again, go check out that new episode, my first episode, the rebrand of Pro Wrestling Smoke over You know what I'm saying? It's out now. I got a new episode coming soon. Also, don't forget, subscribe to the Premium Smoke Room. There's 4 premium podcasts for you to enjoy, special events. We even go live on X. Followers as well as subscribers can submit questions for the girls to answer on the live show on X. And you know what happens in the Premium Smoke Room. Conversation gets saucy. Tits pop out. Dildos might pop out. You don't know what might pop off unless you subscribe. Plus, you can check out my XXX work as I give ladies dope work because, you know, big niggas growing the sticks. That's what they call me, big country, you know. And you know, Spotify got some stuff over there. Had the Smoke on it. I just dropped a new episode today. Had the Smoke on it, episode 9. Yeah, where I talk about Tracy Ross and the real honest fact about dating in your 50s. You feel me? And Savage Smoke, where I talk to the industry's top male talents and producers. We give you that real smoke about the industry from a male's perspective. I have some great guests that are interviewed over there and got some great guests coming. So plus other stuff for you to listen to. So either way, get the smoke, whether it's Premium Smoke, whether it's Savage Smoke. Either way, subscribe and smoke with me. You feel me? So, you know how we end these things all day, every day. Oh, and on YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please watch the other videos. And yes, please comment. I don't give a fuck. If you want to say I'm the worst podcaster in history, you want to say I'm a piece of shit, you want to make fun of my missing teeth, I don't care. I love engagement. Comment. Leave a comment. You feel me? So I'm out. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? If you haven't learned anything, smoke this over.